Hello everyone and welcome back. If you've been following me on Facebook, you probably saw that I won a gift certificate at the Double Tap Championship off the prize table. It was a gift certificate from a company called Competion that makes Kydex holsters and mag pouches. Now I use Competion holsters for concealed carry. I use their inside the waistband holsters and I really like them. In fact, this is one here that I use for my car P9. But this video is really not for to give a marketing spiel for them exactly. It's more along the lines of making the gear that I got work for me. And this is a little tip that you may have the same issue, so this might help. Basically, I've been using my Beretta in the production division for USPSA, and I'm just using a cheap Uncle Mike's holster and Uncle Mike's double mag pouches. I use two of these because in production division you're limited to 10 rounds per mag, so you have to do a lot of mag changes. So I have two of these in my belt, but you also have to wear them behind your the center line of your pants, so the magazines are more behind you than anything. The problem I run into with these double mag pouches is that when I grab one magazine, I tend to grab two magazines. I catch a finger on the back one, and so I ended up getting one out, but I end up dumping the other one on the ground, and I need that magazine later on for the stage. So I wanted single mag pouches, but single mag pouches can run $25 to $30, so I just been putting off doing it. So the gift certificate that I got at the prize table was perfect. So I went out and ordered 4 mag pouches for my Beretta, and these are the right hand mag pouches. I'm going to wear them on my left side, and so now I can space these out a little bit further so that now I only grab one magazine instead of two. You know, moving them around the back side of my body is not that big a deal. I can reach around and get them. Just the close quarterness. So I went cheap in the beginning, maybe what, $15 for this, but now this is a much better solution. But with 4 of these, if you can envision this, 4 of these lined up on a belt is that's about a foot right there. That's a foot of space on your belt, and the belt that I'm using is a double belt. Let me show you one. It has an inner belt and an outer belt. The inner belt is the Velcro, and then the outer belt is also the opposite of the Velcro. So it sticks really nice. So you put this inner belt on your waist, and then your outer belt sticks to it, and it keeps it from moving. The only problem is once you get all these mag pouches on there, it doesn't stick anymore. And when you put full magazines in there, the weight can actually pull your belt down, and it just kind of, it's not very stable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Velcro and I'm going to fix them to the back, kind of like what I've done here to these mag pouches. This is for my race setup for my open gun and limited gun. So this is some Velcro stuck to the back of these mag pouches, and that makes it stick to the inner belt a whole lot better, and it gives my belt a lot more security to me when I'm all fully loaded with gun and magazines. But you can't just stick Velcro on the back. When it gets hot, the adhesive starts to come off and it just ruins it. So what I'm going to do is I've got a package of industrial Velcro. You can buy this at any of the hardware stores, and it has both sides of the Velcro. And you'll see I'm just going to use the side that is going to stick to the inner belt. So I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to cut a pattern that's going to match this right here, and then I'll stick it on there. But like I said, the adhesive on here is good, but it's not going to hold up over time. It's not going to hold up in the heat. So I'm going to use some epoxy to help stick it to there. So let me get a couple of those cut and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so now I've got a piece that's cut. I kind of cut it to form the back side. Remember, this is the side that's going to be touching the inner belt that I'm using. So this is kind of rough cut, and it's not the best, but I think it'll work. So then I'm going to use some epoxy. Now you can use any glue that you want. I find that the dual epoxies where you have to mix the hardener and the actual glue itself works the best for me. But whatever you're comfortable with. This is just some cheap epoxy that I bought somewhere. So let's mix that up. So now we'll mix the epoxy up. And then just take your glue, like I said, whichever kind it is you're using. Let me zoom in a bit here. And then just apply that to the back of your magazine pouch where the Velcro is going to go. You're going to thank me for this. I learned this trick back when I was shooting the para ordnance in 45. And like I said, once you load up your magazines, especially with 45 ACP, 4 mags, man, it's a lot of weight and it pulls on your belt a lot. So just spread this around in the pattern that you're going to, that you've got the Velcro cut to. Alright, so I've got the surface pretty much covered. Then we're going to take our Velcro that we cut, peel off the adhesive, or the protective rather. Like I said, the adhesive is good, but not that good over time. It's just going to fall apart on you, especially in the heat. So here we go. We'll just press that on. You'll see the epoxy kind of squeezes out the side. That's good because you want it to kind of catch the edges of the Velcro there. Not too messy. Alright. So once you get that done, you get all 4 of these, then your belt is going to stick a whole lot nicer. Keep everything nice and stationary for you. Alright, so the epoxy has dried overnight, so let's take a look at it. I ended up having to put some tape around the edges to help keep it down because my Velcro was curling on me. Plus I wanted to make sure that I got the epoxy right there on the edges of the Velcro. This kind of keeps the glue, the bond, a lot tighter than just if it was on the back side. Now this tape here, it's a kind of a special electronics tape. I believe it's called polyimide tape or something, but any tape will do as long as it won't tear like, say, masking tape. The paper-based style tapes are not what you want because they might stick or get absorbed into the epoxy, and then when you go to remove it, it'll be a total nightmare. So any kind of plastic tape should work. So if you look at how close it is, or rather look at the close-up here, you can see that the epoxy is kind of bonded around the corners of the or around the edges of the Velcro. So that's what you want. You want to get that right there. So now this is ready to put on the belt, and that'll give it a little bit extra sticky there. Well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more competition shooting and gun reviews.